here in the top of the first. And this will be Nick Heffley, number 3 for Rison.
And Heffley's going to get the start on the mound for the Wildcats today.
Here's the pitch from Hall. That's upstairs, a 1-0 count.
This is a solid Rison ball club, Rob. They beat Parker's Chapel, the defending 2A state champion, earlier in the season, 3-2. Have a very, very talented young man, Will Jacobs, playing center field today. Apparently quite the pitcher, usually works in the upper 80s for the Wildcats.
Pitch upstairs for the second ball. 2-0 count to Heffley. Hall hoping to improve from that 7th inning yesterday that he pitched in relief. That pitch catches the inside corner, makes it a 2-1 count. So 2-1 count in the top of the first. Lumberjacks facing Rison today if you just joined us. Live for more in Arkansas. That ball kind of blooped to the second baseman. Tyler Hall kind of fumbles around with it, finally gets it off, but it's not in time as Heffley is safe at first base, and that's a tough one to take again if you're the pitcher on the mound, Justin Hall. Infielders got to make those plays. That's a routine one.
That's exactly right. Kind of shades of what we saw yesterday. Plays that need to be made, not really happening. That's one thing that Tyler's been fairly dependable on, fielding ground balls cleanly and recording those outs for him at second base. Mishandled it a bit there, and Rison's in business with their leadoff batter on.
So with a runner on first base in Heffley, up steps number 9, Dustin Dees, for the Wildcats.
And Justin Hall did a good job right there, Rob. He got that ball in on Heffley's hands. Really wasn't a lot he could do with it. Just kind of looped that thing to Hall, and unfortunately for the Lumberjacks, just didn't play it cleanly.
Don't have any stats for Rison, so I'm not sure what these kids' averages are this year. But typically Rison has a decent ball club, I think. I'm not sure what their record was last year. As Hall throws over to first base, Heffley gets back in time. So Hall from the stretch. He comes set. Heffley takes his lead. He's gone. Grounder to third. Drake Jones has it. Nice fielding play. Gorman can't pick it out of the dirt. Heffley will move to third. He'll hold there, and Dees is on at first base. So runners at the corners early with no outs for Rison in the top of the first.
Right there, you got a senior first baseman. You know, that ball's in his mid. He's got to be able to squeeze that thing. You know, he's got to be able to dig that up and record an out. That's 2 outs kind of left there on the diamond, and Rison's got Josh Cook at the plate. 2 on, nobody out.
And up steps number 19, Josh Cook. As Dees and Heffley both take their leads. Again, runners at the corners for Rison. That's a strike, 0-1 count. So Hall trying to work out of a situation that he hasn't caused himself. He's had several good pitches, actually gotten 2 ground balls, unable to get an out on either one. Runner goes at first. Dees will be safe in at second. Heffley stays at third.
Church tried to frame that one up. I don't know if he got the call or not.
Here's the pitch from Hall with runners at second and third. That's a called strike. We'll see if the umpire gives us a count here in just a moment. Looks like we got a 1-2 count. Hall comes set. Heffley a pretty short lead over there at third. Breaking ball way too high, 2-2. So top of the first, no outs. Rison has runners at second and third, and number 19, Josh Cook, calls time.
Cook, a big kid. Rison has a number of those. Obviously a very strong football program.
Hall prepares for the pitch. Here it comes. That's low for a ball. I believe we are full up, if I'm correct. So Rison's got a chance to either drive in 2 runs or take a walk here and load them up. Swing and a foul ball off to the right side, going to be out of play. Nobody can get to it, so it remains 3-2.
It's a big pitch right here for Justin Hall, Rob. Both these runners reached on an error off of 2 ground balls, 2 plays. It should have been fielded cleanly and outs recorded. He desperately needs to get Cook right here.
With the delivery. That's inside. Ball 4. So the bases are now loaded.
For what is considered Rison's best player here, Will Jacobs, their center fielder, also their number 1 pitcher. And this is it's a tough situation right here early for the Warren Lumberjacks.
The cleanup man number 2, Will Jacobs. As Chris just said, their center fielder. From what we've heard, he is their ace on the mound typically. I don't think he's going to get the start today, obviously, since he's in center field. That ball popped up to the left side. It's in foul territory. Jones tracing, trying to get to it. It's going to fall foul.
I'm going to tell you, that's tremendous effort right there by your third baseman. He beats the left fielder to that ball in the air, and that should not happen. I mean, that's a great job by Drake Jones turning and trying to make a play, but left fielder's got to get a little bit better jump on that ball. That should be his all the way there in foul territory.
If that ball is caught, though, you also have the scenario of a sacrifice. The runner at third could advance at that point if it's caught. So in a way, it's kind of a double-edged sword. You can take the out. You might give up a run. Not really sure what will happen there. Nobody knows now, but it does fall foul, and we're reset for this next pitch.
Didn't look like a bad pitch there. Believe it's called a ball.
Jacobs pretty close to the plate, as you can see there, Chris, with an open stance. So Justin Hall now having a conversation with the infield umpire.
I'm not real sure what the situation is there, Rob. Maybe it's an issue with how he's coming set before his delivery to the mound or to the plate. But they seem to have it addressed, and Jacobs digs back in.
So Hall is now set on the rubber. Jacobs at the plate for Rison. Here's the pitch. That's low. Nice block by Aaron Church. So that saves a run there with the block. Bases loaded for the Wildcats here in the top of the first inning. Here's the pitch from Hall. And that's low. Another ball.
Second straight batter. Gone to 3 balls. Cook walked in the 3 hole for the Wildcats, and now here Jacobs, 3-1 count in the 4 hole for the Wildcats. Bases loaded.
Here's the pitch. And that hits Jacobs on the forearm. He'll go to first. 1 run will come in, so Rison now has a 1-0 lead in the top of the inning.
Don't really know if you want one of your better players there throwing his elbow into that pitch as opposed to just ducking out of the way and taking ball 4, but it works out for the Wildcats. RBI on the hit by pitch for Will Jacobs.
Now up number 16, Will Clifton. Here's the pitch to Clifton. That's outside, 1-0 count.
And that run was unearned, Rob. Reached on an error by second baseman Tyler Hall to open up the inning. Dustin Dees at third base also reached on an error.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's in there for a strike, 1-1. Nice pitch from Hall. Hall comes set for the 1-1 pitch. Here it is. Lined up the middle, caught by Logan Adams, gets a double play.
Almost a triple play right there.
Almost got the triple, not quite. The throw from Adams took Gorman off the bag, or else it would have been a triple play, but all of a sudden we've got 2 outs, and now Rison just has runners at the corners on the line drive. Nice play by Logan Adams. He just needed to make that last throw.
And I tell you what, that's something we're seeing today that we didn't see yesterday. That's an athletic play right there at the shortstop position. Catching that line drive, stepping on second base, and making a throw, almost got a triple play for the Lumberjacks.
That pitch just inside and a little bit upstairs to number 11, Levi Wilson.
And boy, that really gets you out of a mess right there, Rob. Clutch play by your senior shortstop, Logan Adams.
Here's the pitch. That's in there for a strike. About the same location, just a little bit further across the plate, I believe. So Jacobs takes his lead at first base. Grounded to Gorman. He's got it. That will be the third out of the inning. We're going to the bottom of the first. Lumberjacks down 1-0 to Rison. Don't go anywhere, folks. Lumberjack Live coming back on SalineRiverTV.com.
Any good stadium groundskeeper will tell you that the quality and cleanliness of a sports field is essential to a great game. Athletes must be able to compete on pristine ground. The same goes for in the home. If you were to comfortably enjoy your home, it must be cared for in a professional quality manner. Call Beaver's Carpet Cleaning today for a free estimate. Dial 870-820-8762. Beaver's Carpet Cleaning, owner Beaver Ray Smith. Arkansas Superior Federal Credit Union's got it all. In addition to providing great service with a personal touch, Arkansas Superior is member-owned, so profits go back to you, not stockholders. Arkansas Superior offers everything from savings and free checking to auto loans, home loans, and even credit cards. Call 800-643-2160 and see why people are switching to credit unions like Arkansas Superior. Learn more at asfcu.coop and like us on Facebook. Federally insured by NCUA.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SalineRiverTV.com's live presentation of Lumberjack Live. Rison versus Warren baseball game happened today, live from Warren, Arkansas. The Lumberjacks down right now, going to the bottom of the first by the score of 1-0. But a nice play by Logan Adams after the line drive was hit to him. Nearly made a triple out of it and got out of it in one pitch. But unfortunately, Rison is able to get one on the board before that happened anyway. And we do get a dribbler to first base. Randy Gorman fields it, steps on the bag for the third out of the inning. And so we're going to the first. Logan Adams will lead it off for the Lumberjacks. Chris, not a bad start for Justin Hall, even though he surrendered one run.
Well, not at all. You know, those first two base runners that both reached off an error. The run scored was unearned. And quite frankly, they got out of a tough jam right there with a nice play by Logan Adams.
Of course, Logan Adams will lead it off for the Lumberjacks in the bottom of the inning. Number 10, A.J. Mooring, playing left field today, will hit the number 2 slot. And then Justin Hall, who is on the mound today for the Jacks, will hit in the number 3 slot. So here we go, getting set. Rison having a conference at the mound. It was a big defensive play for the Lumberjacks to get out of that with the bases loaded with only one run given up.
And Logan Adams hoping for a better offensive day at the plate. Struggled yesterday, 0 for 4. Struck out twice. He wants to be a lot more patient right here, find him a pitch to drive.
Nick Heffley on the mound for Rison. Here's the pitch. That's inside. 1-0 count from Heffley. So Heffley from the windup. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's a ball. 2-0 count. So Heffley bringing a little bit of velocity, maybe even a little bit more than the Lumberjacks saw yesterday out of Hamburg, but still hadn't thrown a strike yet. So here we go. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That's outside, 3-0.
That's 79 miles an hour right there, Rob, on the pitch.
So Heffley now on the mound. Here's the 3-0. That catches the corner, makes it 3-1. Logan Adams at the plate, leading it off in the bottom of the first. Again, if you just joined us, Jacks down 1-0 to Rison. Line drive down the third baseline. Third baseman can't get it. Adams will have at least a single. He'll hold up there. So a single, leadoff single for Logan Adams. Nice piece of hitting from Adams.
Shoots one into left field right there, Rob, after with a 3-1 count. Did a good job managing that situation, and nice to have your leadoff batter on base right here.
Already a much better day for Logan than he had yesterday, as you did say he went 0 for 4 yesterday. He takes a pretty short lead, now extends it a little bit. Has going to have to go back as the throw from Heffley is made to first. He's in there safely. Number 10, A.J. Mooring, playing left field today, is up in that number 2 slot. He's at the plate now. Swings and misses. Actually may have foul tipped that one. So an 0-1 count now to Mooring. A.J. also looking for a little bit better day at the plate. Really the entire team looking for a much better offensive day, as they only scored 1 run yesterday against Hamburg.
1 run, I believe, off 4 hits for the Lumberjacks yesterday in 7 innings.
Adams goes. The throw high, and Adams is safe in there at second. So now the Lumberjacks have a runner in scoring position with no outs. Adams actually did not look like he got a great jump on that ball, but the throw was high and away. So he is safe at second. Here's the pitch to Mooring. He swings and misses. Strike 3 to Mooring. And Hall will step up now to the plate.
Justin Hall yesterday, Rob, for the Lumberjacks, 1 for 4. Had a single in the first inning. His only hit of the ball game.
So Hall steps up to the plate. Adams takes his lead at second. Hits it to the shortstop. And he is out at first base. So 2 outs now in the bottom of the first. Adams moves over to third. Aaron Church will be up next for the Jacks.
And Church behind the plate today for the Lumberjacks. Started in the left field yesterday. Did a pretty good job defensively.
I was very surprised yesterday. Aaron did play pretty well in left field, and he is now behind the plate today as A.J. Mooring takes over in left. Looks like an off-speed pitch breaks in for a strike. 0-1 the count with 2 outs in the bottom of the first.
After allowing the leadoff single, Heffley seems to have settled down quite a bit here on the mound.
That pitch almost hits Church, but it doesn't. 1-1 now the count. Adams again on third base for the Lumberjacks. He's the lone base runner right now for Warren. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Grounded foul down the third baseline. So now the count's at 1-2. And the Lumberjacks needing a clutch hit here from Aaron Church. He's got a battle here with a 1-2 count. Again, 2 down in the bottom of the first. If you just joined us, rising up on top of Warren, 1-0. So the game far from over. Still in the early portion of this ball game. Church flies it to right field. Actually going to be in shallow right. The second baseman trying to get over there. He makes the catch. That's the 3rd out of the inning. We're going to the top of the second. Jacks down 1-0 to the Wildcats. We'll be back after this commercial break.
Reynolds Surveying has 18 years experience in the business and is well qualified to conduct residential, commercial, topographical, large acreage, and land surveying. Give them a call at 870-226-8694 or 501-778-7556. Again, call Reynolds Surveying at 870-226-8694 or 501-778-7556. Get ready for the 56th annual Bradley County Pink Tomato Festival. This year's festival features headliner Marty Stewart. The festivities will kick off May 31st and last through June 9th. Go ahead and start making your plans today to attend Arkansas's Festival to Remember. Bring the entire family and enjoy the 56th annual Bradley County Pink Tomato Festival.
Welcome back to Lumberjack Live on SalinaRiverTV.com. I'm Rob Reap alongside Chris Norton. If you're just joining us, about to get started at the top of the second. Lumberjacks down 1-0 to the Rising Wildcats. Actually pretty fortunate to only be down 1-0 after that top of the first inning where Rison was able to get the bases loaded. Only got one run out of it, though, as a double play was made by Logan Adams. Nice catch and stepped on second base. Almost got a triple out of it. But Warren down, they're 1-0. We've got a fly here in the booth. We got a score update from the softball.
We do. The Lumberjack softball team down 6-0 to the Lady Wildcats from Rison High School at the top of the second inning. So another tough day so far for the softball program. Rison is a pretty good softball team. Have been in the past, were the past couple of years when we saw them down in Hermitage. So hopefully the Lumberjacks will get some offensive things going here later in the ball game.
We've got, I think, 2 games that we're covering next week on Lumberjack Live. I think we've got 1 soccer game and maybe 1 softball game next week.
We've got, I believe, Warren and Star City on Monday, I believe, the 16th.
So remember to stick with us next week as Lumberjack Live continues. The top of the second, about to get started. We'll send it back down to the field. Again, Jack's down 1-0 to Rison. Long way to go in this ball game, though, and hopefully Warren can get some offensive chances started and capitalize on those opportunities. Justin Hall again on the mound for the Lumberjacks. Played a good bit of yesterday at shortstop, and then came in relief in the 7th. Drake Jones, and A.J. Mooring all came in relief in the 7th inning yesterday, and 11 runs were scored in the 7th. So it was a tough day for the bullpen of Warren. Aaron Church throws it down to Adams, and here we go. Top of the second, about to get started. And up next, let's see here, number 4 for Rison will be Jackson Lowry.
The right fielder for the Wildcats.
So as Lowry steps up to the plate, Hall now on the rubber. Again, top of the second, no outs. Rison 1, Warren 0. Here's the pitch from Hall. That's high and outside, 1-0.
The Wildcats did not have a hit in that first inning of play. Reached off 2 errors and a base on balls before the unassisted double play was turned by Logan Adams and got a ground out to first base to end it.
There's the 1-0 pitch. That's in there for a strike, 1-1. So a nice pitch right there from Hall to even things up. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Swing and a miss from Lowry. 1-2 now at the count.
Nice job there by Justin Hall.
Even though Rison scored 1 run in the top of the first inning, really Justin Hall can't be blamed for that. There was two fielding errors, and just a tough situation for Hall to be in the first. Both of those runs, I believe, or that one run was unearned, as you said, and that is the first out of the top of the second.
Nice job right there, Hall, taking his time, understood the situation. And he's gotten a number of ground balls today. That is, I believe, that's the 4th ground ball he's gotten through an inning and a third.
Well, that's a great sign if you can make the plays defensively in the infield. Ground balls are what you want. 1 down, top of the second. That off-speed pitch, low and outside. So Aaron Church going to go out just a little bit and talk to Justin Hall. So pitcher-catcher conference. And that's over now as Hall trots back to the mound.
I don't know if there's a little bit of miscommunication there or what the issue was.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's outside, 2-0.
This Lumberjack Ball Club will be back in action tomorrow, Rob. We've got a conference game, a 4A contest at Lake Village.
That pitch catches the corner. 2-1 now the count. And this is number 8, Garrick Dedman, now at the plate.
Playing third base today for the Wildcats.
Here's the pitch from Hall. Grounder to shortstop. Adams fields it. Got to get rid of it quickly. Throws it. Gorman's got it. That is the second out of the inning. Nice play. That's the plays we weren't making yesterday, so a good sign for the Lumberjacks.
And Solid day so far for Logan Adams right there defensively at the shortstop position. Has 2 nice plays he's made through the first 2 innings of this contest.
Up next is number 17, Tyler Parker, the DH. Hall comes set. Grounder, Hall chasing after it. He can't get to it. Jones has it, throws it to first. That is the 3rd out. Nice play by Drake Jones.
That's a great throw right there by Jones.
And that is the 3rd out of the inning. We're going to the bottom of the 2nd. Lumberjacks down 1-0 to the Rising Wildcats. We'll be back after these commercials. Brought to you by all of our sponsors. Thank you so much for these guys bringing you all this content for free. We'll be back with Lumberjack Live on SaleneRiverTV.com.
Any good stadium groundskeeper will tell you that the quality and cleanliness of a sports field is essential to a great game. Athletes must be able to compete on pristine ground. The same goes for in the home. If you were to comfortably enjoy your home, it must be cared for in a professional quality manner. Call Beaver's Carpet Cleaning today for a free estimate. Dial 870-820-8762. Beaver's Carpet Cleaning, owner Beaver Ray Smith. Arkansas Superior Federal Credit Union's got it all. In addition to providing great service with a personal touch, Arkansas Superior is member-owned, so profits go back to you, not stockholders. Arkansas Superior offers everything from savings and free checking to auto loans, home loans, and even credit cards. Call 800-643-2160 and see why people are switching to credit unions like Arkansas Superior. Learn more at asfcu.coop and like us on Facebook. Federally insured by NCUA.
Welcome back to Lumberjack Live on SaleneRiverTV.com. I'm Rob Reap alongside Chris Norton. Going into the bottom of the 2nd, the Lumberjacks are down to Rison 1-0. Good ball game going so far, Chris.
It has been a very good ball game and a nice defensive performance right there in the top of the 2nd inning for the Warren Lumberjacks. Much, much better than what we saw yesterday.
Up next for the Jacks, number 15, Drake Jones on deck, number 4, Troy Sellers, and then Austin Emanuel, the DH, up after him. That pitch catches the outside corner. 0-1 the count as Heffley is still on the mound for the Wildcats.
Quick score to pass along, Rob. The Lady Lumberjacks down 12-0 with 2 outs in the top of the 2nd inning to the Rising Lady Wildcats.
Another tough day for the softball team. That pitch is outside, actually hits about 2 feet in front of the plate. And it will be a 1-1 count now.
Drake Jones yesterday, Rob, 1 for 2. He had a hard hit single in his first at bat, walked, and then reached on an error.
Heffley out of the windup. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fouled off to the right side by Jones. 1-2 now the count.
And as you mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Drake's playing third base today. We saw him make a nice play there in the top of the 2nd. He caught most of the game yesterday.
Here's the 1-2 delivery. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So 1 down in the bottom of the 2nd, and not the pitch you want to swing at there for Jones.
Now we've got Troy Sellers, and Troy's struggled offensively for a majority of the season, and they need him to kind of break out of his slump and start producing a little bit more. One of these 5 seniors for the Warren Lumberjacks.
Here's the pitch, grounder to the shortstop. Pretty hard hit, and that is the 2nd out of the inning as Sellers grounds out. Both teams playing pretty well defensively in the infield. Warren's had 2 errors in the infield, and that's really what's led to the 1 run.
That's been the difference. That's exactly right. 2 early errors on the first 2 batters of the game. And Rising uses that to score a run and have a 1-0 lead right now.
The DH, Austin Emanuel, now at the plate. Grounder to the third baseman. He's got it. Makes the throw to first. And that's the 3rd out of the inning. 1-2-3. The Jacks go down. We're going to the top of the 3rd. Rising still up 1-0. Got some work to do. Let's go, Jacks.
Jennings Carpet Specialties is a proud sponsor of Lumberjack Live. For professional installation of hardwood, carpet, vinyl, laminate, ceramic, blinds, and commercial flooring, contact Jennings Carpet Specialties at 870-226-3890 or stop by their shop at 212 South Myrtle Street in Warren. Jennings Carpet Specialties, quality you can stand on. Reynolds Surveying has 18 years experience in the business and is well qualified to conduct residential, commercial, topographical, large acreage, and land surveying. Give them a call at 870-226-8694 or 501-778-7556. Again, call Reynolds Surveying at 870-226-8694 or 501-778-7556.
Welcome back to Lumberjack Live on SalineRiverTV.com. The Lumberjacks of Warren taking on the Wildcats of O-RISON. Warren down 1-0 in the top of the third. And we're about to get started with that. We've got a softball score update once again. Chris Norton, what do you have?
We've got rising up on the Warren Lady Lumberjacks 13-0. That ball game is going into the bottom of the second.
So the Lady Jacks struggling offensively and defensively. They had a pretty tough day yesterday, and they've struggled a good bit of the season, but still a very young team for that softball Lady Jack club.
And the key to that, Rob, is going to be if they're able to retain some of these kids from year to year. That's been the struggle. They're losing a lot of kids that may play as freshmen and sophomores and don't come back. Got to keep kids in the program, and hopefully they'll get things turned around here in the next few years. They're working hard right now, just young teams facing a lot of veteran pitchers.
Well, this is also the first year with a new coach.
It is, and the first semester really.
Yeah.
He didn't know he was going to be coaching the softball team until he got back to school in January, and he's done a good job with the limited time that he's had.
All right, Justin Hall on the mound for the Jacks in the top of the third. Back to the top of the order, Nick Heffley, who's on the mound today for O-RISON, now at the plate, back to their leadoff spot.
Heffley reached on an error by Tyler Hall at second base to lead off the ball game.
On deck, number 9, Dustin Dees, and then would be the number 3 guy, number 19, Josh Cook. Here's the pitch from Hall. That's upstairs, 2-0. Justin, both of these pitchers getting several ground balls out of their pitch sequences. Justin struggling a little bit with his accuracy. That's in there for a strike, makes it 2-1.
Got to make sure that ball's caught there. Got to be received on the back end by catcher Aaron Church. He's only a freshman, still getting a feel for the position at this level.
So with a 2-1 count, time's called by Heffley. He steps out. Hall comes off the mound. The only changes we have are really Aaron Church now at catcher. He moved from left field where he was yesterday to catcher. Drake Jones at third base. That ball hit up the middle. Adams can't field it, and that will be an error on Adams. Another play that's really got to be made for Warren. And Heffley again reaches on an error.
Well, and the umpire again addressing with Justin Hall an issue with something he's doing mechanically, I believe.
I haven't picked up on it just yet. He may be seeing something from that backside angle. So Heffley's on at first. You could see him go in motion here in just a second. Time's called by Dustin Dees, who's at the plate now for O-RISON.
Logan Adams showed his range right there at short and did a good job just getting over to field that ball. But couldn't contain it. Had he fielded it cleanly, he would have had a shot there.
Hall throws over to first. It gets away. That's probably going to be bad trouble for Warren. Heffley's going to go on to third. He's going to hold up there. Throw comes into Hall, and luckily Hall stopped that as it was rolling. Nobody was behind him to back it up either.
And unfortunately for the Lumberjacks, that is the fourth error through 3 innings of play. Well, really 2 innings of play. We haven't recorded an out here in the 3rd inning yet.
Troy Sellers was over there in right field to get that one and throw it back in, but Warren really struggling with knowing where to be in certain situations, and we've seen that throughout the season.
And we've seen that's the second. Yesterday we had an issue with a pickoff play as well.
A swing and a miss from Dees. That makes the count 0-1. So you go from having a guy on first base to now he's at third with no outs, and the number 2 hitter is in the box. Not a good situation. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball gets in there.
It's a nice pitch by Hall.
Again, on deck is number 19, Josh Cook for Rison. And then up next would be number 2, Will Jacobs.
Hall's thrown 7 ground balls already in this ball game.
Here's the 0-2. Grounded to Tyler Hall. He's got it, throws it to first. The runner's going to go on home. And he is not out. Church not able to get the tag down in time, apparently. And really, that's also a case of Aaron's got to get that left leg down and block the plate. That's inexperience, just youth.
I tell you what, Rob, that's the second error on the second baseman today, and that's frustrating for a pitcher. That's 8 ground balls, and you've had 4 errors committed on your 8 ground balls, and that's a problem. That's a problem for the Warren Lumberjacks that they've got to get corrected.
The score now 2-1, and there's no outs still here in the top of the third. Runner goes, and that's a foul tip. I actually did swing at it, did not foul tip it, so the runner will get to advance on to second. And this is number 19, Josh Cook at the plate, hitting in the number 3 spot. And now Rison has a runner at second base with still no outs and a 2-run lead. Hall comes set. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball. That's in there for a strike.
There should be at least an out. It would have been a tough play for Logan Adams to make it. He fielded that ball cleanly to lead it off, but you got to have an out right there on a ground ball to second base.
Yeah, one that's not really hit with any particular power or anything like that. It's just really a lack of concentration and nerves. So if you're just joining us, top of the third, Rison on top of the Lumberjacks, 2-0. I apologize, 2-0. That ball popped up to right center. Troy Sellers underneath it. He's got it. Runner's going to try to go on to third. Throw's going to have him beat. If Jones can get it down, he does, and that is the third out of the inning. Nice throw by Troy Sellers. Nice tag by Drake Jones. And that is the second out of the inning. I apologize. Second out of the inning, but that does, in fact, clear the bases. Good thing for us, Will Jacobs is up next, and he is their power hitter.
It's a nice job right there by Troy Sellers, understanding the situation, came up with a strong throw. Part of the reason he's in right field, got a strong arm. Drake Jones fielded it well, made sure to get the tag down.
2 down in the top of the third. So Jacobs now at the plate for Rison. Again, 2 outs, top of the third. Rison has a 2-0 lead over Warren. Will Jacobs at the plate, the center fielder. That ball in the dirt, 1-0 the count.
Jacobs was hit by a pitch in his previous at-bat. Wound up driving in a run off of it. Bases loaded situation.
So Hall now set at the plate from the stretch. Jacobs fouls that one off behind the plate. That'll be a strike, 1-1. So with a 1-1 count and 2 outs, Hall trying to get the third here to get us into the bottom of the inning. Breaking ball grounded to Drake Jones. He fields it cleanly, throws it to first. Gorman's got it. That's the third out of the inning. All right, we're going to the bottom of the third. Lumberjacks down 2-0 to Rison. We'll be back after this commercial break.
Jennings Carpet Specialties is a proud sponsor of Lumberjack Live. For professional installation of hardwood, carpet, vinyl, laminate, ceramic, blinds, and commercial flooring, contact Jennings Carpet Specialties at 870-226-3890 or stop by their shop at 212 South Myrtle Street in Warren. Jennings Carpet Specialties, quality you can stand on. Get ready for the 56th annual Bradley County Pink Tomato Festival. This year's festival features headliner Marty Stewart. The festivities will kick off May 31st and last through June 9th. Go ahead and start making your plans today to attend Arkansas's Festival to Remember. Bring the entire family and enjoy the 56th annual Bradley County Pink Tomato Festival.
Welcome back to Lumberjack Live on SalineRiverTV.com. Live for more in Arkansas. The Lumberjacks down to O-RISON 2-0 going into the bottom of the third. We've got a softball score update still 13-0, I believe.
13-0, 2 outs in the top of the third inning. The Lady Wildcats over the Lady Lumberjacks in a non-conference softball game. Right here, Rob, an interesting stat. 5 errors through 3 innings for the Warren Lumberjacks. Both runs unearned by the O-RISON Wildcats, and the Wildcats still do not have a base hit.
And leading it off for the Lumberjacks will be number 28, Randy Gorman, who's at first base today. Then in the number 9 slot, Calix Harris playing center field. Then we'll go back to the top of the order with Logan Adams.
Gorman had a base hit yesterday, as did freshman Calix Harris. So hoping they can get something started here in the bottom of the third.
Nick Heffley still on the mound for O-RISON. He's pitched pretty well so far, holding the Jacks scoreless. We've had some opportunities, though, gotten a couple people on base, and really it's been a matter of they've not committed very many errors, and we have. That ball singled into right field, going to get past the right fielder, but
you got a guy that's not real fleet of foot. Good kid. Randy Gorman's a good kid. Just not much of a threat on the base pass. And this is an interesting dynamic because it's too early in the ball game for you to run for him.
Actually, they're going to go ahead and do that, I believe. Coach Cuthbertson sending in number 1, Taylor Danley, to he'll be able to re-enter.
Well, he will be able to re-enter, but if you have a situation later in the ball game, you cannot run for him then.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a risk you take entering Danley into the ball game here, and then you end Taylor Danley for the ball game as soon as you pull him out as he's a substitute.
It's just kind of up to Coach Robert Cuthbertson what he wants to do here, and I think he's just seeing the scoreboard. It's still just 2-0. 1 run would mean a lot here early in this ball game to try to get back in it. So get a little bit of speed out there in Danley, and up next, Calix Harris, the center fielder. Danley back safe in at first base as Heffley throws to first. Another young guy at the plate in Harris. Calix has done a good job in center field so far. At least yesterday he played pretty well. Oh, an attempted bunt was on there. Was going to try to move Danley over.
Hey, he squared around awful late. Never really gave himself a chance back there. He was more trying to square around and slap at it all in the same motion as opposed to getting square.
Almost a drag bunt attempt.
Something we haven't seen a lot from these Warren Lumberjacks. But it'd be a good call in this situation.
Here's the pitch from Heffley. Calix pops it up, and it's going to luckily get down. That'll be the second strike, though, so he probably won't be bunting again. So with an 0-2 count, no outs, Harris hasn't been able to get the bunt down to move Danley over to second. Danley does take a lead, not a very large lead. Here's the pitch from Heffley, 0-2. And Harris swings and misses, strike 3. And now back to the top of the order. Logan Adams with 1 out steps up to the plate. Danley still on first. Again, 1 down, bottom 3. After the Calix Harris strikeout. That pitch inside, 1-0 the count. Adams in the box for the Lumberjacks. Here's the pitch from Heffley. Grounded to third base. The throw made to second. Not able to be fielded. The throw was low, and Danley's safe at second. Adams is safe at first, so a break caught for the Jacks.
Exactly. That's a good a good deal for the Warren Lumberjacks. Finally, a mistake made by the Rising Wildcats defensively. Low throw there into second by their third baseman.
And A.J. Mooring steps up to the plate. The left fielder, he's needing a much better offensive day than yesterday, and even his last at bat. Heffley takes a look at Danley at second, but nobody's even there, so he doesn't throw it. Here's the pitch. That's outside, gets away from the rising catcher, and both runners will move up. Adams now at second, Danley at third. So now the Jacks have two runners in scoring position. A single here might tie it up. I think the important thing here for A.J. Mooring, just be patient. He's struggling a little bit with his accuracy here in the third. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Actually going to go over to third. He looks, and Danley's back in there at third safely. Pretty good pickoff move from Heffley. Mooring now back in the box. Heffley comes set. Here's the pitch. Foul tipped off to the right. 1-1 the count. A.J. Mooring, you can tell, just a little bit behind that. Have to load a little bit quicker. He's back set once again. Justin Hall on deck. One down in the bottom of the third. Rising up 2-0. That's breaking balls in there. Makes the count 1-2.
A.J. Mooring here at the plate. A.J., I do not believe, got an at-bat yesterday. Didn't start the ball game. Came in as a defensive substitute, then wound up coming to the mound to end the ball game. He struck out swinging in his first at-bat.
And really got jammed there as he pretty indecisive swing for strike three. So two down in the bottom of the third, and the Lumberjacks now risk leaving two runners stranded. And they started out with no outs.
Well,
actually with one out. I think Adams got on after there was already one out.
But been an interesting inning. They've hit two balls hard and then struck out swinging twice.
That ball popped up in the infield. Heffley's underneath it. He's got it for the third out. Lumberjacks can't get anything out of it, and unfortunately we're going to the top of the fourth. Rising up 2-0. We'll be back with more Lumberjack Live on SaleneRiverTV.com.
Any good stadium groundskeeper will tell you that the quality and cleanliness of a sports field is essential to a great game. Athletes must be able to compete on pristine ground. The same goes for in the home. If you were to comfortably enjoy your home, it must be cared for in a professional quality manner. Call Beaver's Carpet Cleaning today for a free estimate. Dial 870-820-8762. Beaver's Carpet Cleaning, owner Beaver Ray Smith. Any good Arkansas Superior Federal Credit Union's got it all. In addition to providing great service with a personal touch, Arkansas Superior is member-owned, so profits go back to you, not stockholders. Arkansas Superior offers everything from savings and free checking to auto loans, home loans, and even credit cards. Call 800-643-2160 and see why people are switching to credit unions like Arkansas Superior. Learn more at asfcu.coop and like us on Facebook. Federally insured by NCUA.
Welcome back to Lumberjack Live on SaleneRiverTV.com. Going to the top of the fourth, the Lumberjacks down 2-0, left two runners stranded in the bottom of the third inning. Really just not getting it done at the plate with runners in scoring position.
Tough spot to be in right there. They kind of clawed back into it, had a base hit, and reached on the nerve to get the two guys on. A couple strikeouts, and pop up back to the pitcher, ended it. But, we're close on some things. Really need to capitalize. We kept that ball game close for a while yesterday. And as it wore on and late in the seventh inning, Amber kind of blew it wide open. We don't want that to happen again here today.
Justin Hall still on the mound. A little cloudy today, but about 70 degrees, so good playing temperatures for baseball today. We'll send it back down to the field. It's Rising going to be at the plate in the top of the fourth inning. Number 16, Will Clifton, batting in the number 5 slot, leads off this inning. So the conference is over as the Lumberjacks infielders head back to their positions. Again, stick with us. Next week we've got 2 games, soccer and softball coming up next week. Check that on our website, SalinRiverChronicle.com. That ball grounded to Drake Jones at third. He's got it. Nice play. Jones looking good at third base today. Randy Gorman makes the catch for the first out of the inning.
Looked very calm there, fielding that ball at third. And that may be the second time so far through 4 innings that Warren's retired the leadoff batter.
That pitch called strike on the outside corner. Number 11, Levi Wilson at the plate for Rison. Of course, Wilson. Let's see here.
That was the 10th ground ball of the ball game that Hall's thrown, Rob.
Again, errors have really plagued Warren today. That's where the 2 runs are from.
Wilson grounded out to first baseman Randy Gorman in the first inning to end the first inning.
So a 1-1 count with 1 down in the top of the 4th. Hall comes set. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's a strike on the inside corner, 1-2 the count.
He got a nice call there.
Oh, Wilson pretty close to being on top of the plate, as you can see there by a stance, folks who are watching this live and on demand later. Oh, really jams him. Not sure what kind of swing that was, defensive or just.
And we've seen that a number of times out of Rison today, getting in on their hands, and they're not able to do a lot with it.
Wilson doesn't have a lot of height, and like I said, he's really, really on top of the plate. That front foot's almost completely over where the box line would be. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Hall, just outside. So Wilson now back in the box. Hall comes set. Here's the 2-2 delivery. Grounded. Going to be a foul ball, I believe, called. Never quite got out into fair territory. So it remains 2-2 with 1 out. And Hall throwing strikes right now, and that's a good sign.
And he's done a very good job, Rob. The Wildcats still have no hits. 5-1 errors have really done them in for the 2 runs. And then again, it's only a 2-0 Rison lead, so it's still very much a ball game.
He tries to get a curveball. Didn't get on top of it, though, and that's a ball high and inside. Makes it 3-2.
He got away from him a bit there, and he's done a pretty good job with that pitch today. He's been able to throw it for strikes.
That pitch jams Wilson once again, and another defensive swing. Fouls it off into the Rison dugout.
About to see his 8th pitch of the at-bat.
So Wilson battling here for Rison. Hall comes set. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Hits it off the right side. Foul ball by about a full yard at least. Troy Sellers gets it, but it was a foul ball, and Wilson's still battling. And he has kind of a funky swing if you look at it. He looks very defensive in every swing he's taking right now. Looks like a pull hitter that's not wanting to take it to the opposite field.
And as our viewers they may not be able to see on their screen right now, but Randy Gorman has re-entered the ball game, as you said, back at first base. So Taylor Danley will be done for the game, as he entered as a pinch runner.
So here's the 3-2 pitch. And finally, after that, and Church not able to get to it. And looked like he was a bit confused on the situation as Wilson's able to get to first base. And a nice job by Wilson, fouling off the pitches he had to foul off, and he draws the walk.
Yeah, he stood in there and battled and saw, I believe, 10 pitches total there in that at-bat. And lucky right there, Aaron Church kind of figured it out. Wilson looked like he may have been considering trying to round first there and attack second base.
He goes. Church throws it. Got a chance. The throw just a little bit high. I think that was actually, had he thrown it to the other side of the bag, as Logan Adams is telling him there, that's an out.
Rison been pretty aggressive on the base pass today.
And Wilson's got a lot of speed, it looks like. I'm really surprised he's not leading off with that speed, but may just not be able to put the bat on the ball quite enough. And then at the plate now, Jackson Lowry, number 4 for Rison. He swings and misses. That's a strike. 0-2 the count with 1 down in the top of the 4th. Rison again, if you just joined us, with a 2-0 lead over our Lumberjacks. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Hall. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
And again, manages to get inside right there on a Wildcat batter. Nothing they could do with that pitch. Nice job by Justin Hall, who continues to throw pretty well today.
So 2 down, top of the 4th. And Hall now has a chance to go an inning without giving up a run, which is something Warren's had trouble doing with the past couple of days and even this week.
Dedman here at the plate, Rob, grounded out to shortstop Logan Adams in the 2nd inning.
I think what's happening now, you see Aaron Church going out to talk to Justin Hall. They got this runner on second. They're afraid their signs may be taken. So switch those signs up a little bit, come up with some different ways to communicate.
I know there was an issue with that at McGee. McGee player was able to kind of pick up on the Lumberjack signs, and they had to do a mid-game change there.
So here's the pitch from Hall. Swing, and that's a foul tip by number 8, Garrett Dedman, now at the plate for Rison. I think Aaron's had a little bit of trouble some this season when he did play catcher early on with dropping his fingers too low, and some first base and third base coaches being able to see that sign. It's a real art to playing catcher back there and being able to communicate with your pitcher and keep it secret. Here's the 0-1. That pitch just inside. 1-1 the count. And as you can see out there, Levi Wilson getting a pretty good-sized lead at second base. I wouldn't be surprised if they put him in motion, try to steal third here in just a second.
Shown to be a pretty athletic kid.
Ball hit to center field. Harris not going to get there, I don't think.
No, and that's trouble.
And 1 run is going to come in. Dedman rounding second. He's going to make it to third. He'll hold up there as Logan Adams now has it. And a tough play right there. Calix Harris did everything he could to get to that, but it was tailing away. And so a third run comes in. And that's a 2-out hit, a nice two-out hit for Rison.
And the first hit of the ball game, Rob. Their first hit of the ball game, an RBI triple. And, it's tough to defend a ball to the gap. And Calix Harris gave great effort, laid out, tried to make a play. Couldn't quite come up with it.
He may be a bit shaken up. He's kind of bent over like it may knock the breath out of him when he landed. We'll see if he's all right.
And the outfield here in Warren, it's the ground's pretty hard out there. But he may be a bit shaken up, but it looks like he's going to stay out.
Hall comes set with Dedman on third for Rison. Grounder up the middle, and Adams can't get to that one. Not his fault, though. That's just a nice piece of hitting, and a 4th run comes in, and all of a sudden they've got a 4-0 lead.
They string together back-to-back hits. First 2 hits of the ball game. Yeah, a couple of pretty hard hit baseballs there for the Rising Wildcats, and we're back to the top of the order. And here's where things get kind of tricky for you. These guys have put the ball in play a lot. Heffley's put the ball in play twice, reached off an E4 and E6 in his previous 2 at-bats.
Nick Heffley now at the plate. That's a called strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Again, this is all but these 2 runs here in this top of the 4th have been scored with 2 outs. So Heffley now back in. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Hall. Just outside, almost the exact same location, it looked like. Strike zone so far has been a bit odd. It's a couple of outside pitches that I thought were strikes have been called balls, and some that I thought were balls have been called strikes. In both ways, I'll say that. It hasn't been one way or the other, but that ball fouled off back. It'll be a 1-2 count.
Again, Hall was able to get that pitch inside. And for most of the day, he's offered up pitches that Rison really couldn't do anything with. They've been chopping a lot of them into the ground and really strung together 2 hard hit balls, and they're both for base hits. 2 base hits of the game for the Rison Wildcats.
Tyler Parker on first base for Rison. Aaron Church can't handle that one as he tries to block it. Gets by him, and Parker will take second base. Look like, was that a breaking ball there, Chris?
I was actually, Rob, looking at the book. I'm not real sure what happened right there in that
Looked like it may have been a curveball breaking away, and Church just couldn't quite slide over enough. He actually got his body on it, but it deflected off and went back to the right. Too far, obviously, got all the way to the fence. Rounded up the middle. Tyler Hall can't handle it again.
The third error of the ball game.
And Hall just holding his hands over his head. He knows he's having a tough day. And Logan Adams was there but didn't get it in time to make the throw to first. And Heffley reaches on another error.
And that is the 6th Lumberjack error through 3 2/3 innings of play. Yet another ground ball that was not fielded cleanly, and it's really a frustrating day for Justin Hall right here.
Hall comes set. Heffley will be in motion here, I would assume. Actually, the ball popped up. It's going to be a blooper. Going to get down as Sellers can't get there. Throws it in. He's going to throw it to third. Jones can't get to it in enough time to get Heffley. A lot of speed. He actually caught the ball, but the throw was offline. If the throw's on line, he's out. But throw not on line, and so both runners now at second and third. Another run comes in. That makes it 5-0.
Well, in the situation, Rob, should have been out of the inning. Should have been out of the inning right there. That's a ball hit to second base that a play has to be made on. There have been 2 hard-hit balls in this ball game. 2, a triple and a single, back-to-back. That's a bloop hit. That shouldn't be able to hurt you like that. You should be out of the inning.
That pitch upstairs, 1-0 the count. And Coach Cuthbertson obviously looking a little bit disappointed. This should be still 2-0. Really should probably still be 0-0.
Exactly. They should. The score is not indicative of how the game's gone.
It's a swing and a miss from number 19, Josh Cook.
And for the Rising Wildcats, they've got to be as happy as they can be. Yeah. 2 base hits, and they've got a 5-run lead.
Excuse me there, Chris. 1-1 the count with 2 down in the top of the 4th. Here's the pitch from Hall with runners on second and third. Popped up to shallow right. Hall finally catches it.
And that's a great play. And he was able to kind of redeem himself right there.
That's the 3rd out of the inning. We're going to the bottom of the 4th. Jack's now down 5-0. Hopefully we can get on the board.
Jennings Carpet Specialties is a proud sponsor of Lumberjack Live. For professional installation of hardwood, carpet, vinyl, laminate, ceramic, blinds, and commercial flooring, contact Jennings Carpet Specialties at 870-226-3890 or stop by their shop at 212 South Myrtle Street in Warren. Jennings Carpet Specialties, quality you can stand on. Reynolds Surveying has 18 years experience in the business and is well qualified to conduct residential, commercial, topographical, large acreage, and land surveying. Give them a call at 870-226-8694 or 501-778-7556. Again, call Reynolds Surveying at 870-226-8694 or 501-778-7556.
Welcome back to Lumberjack Live on SalineRiverTV.com. Update here, bottom of the 4th. Rising on top of the Lumberjacks, 5-0. We've got a Lady Jack score update from across the complex here, live from Warren. The Lady Jacks have scored 3 runs. Problem is they've given up 3 more, so it's 16-3 now. What inning is it?
Going into the bottom of the 4th.
Going into the bottom of the 4th. So actually we're in the exact same point that we are in this ball game. The Lumberjacks, just the story of the day so far. 5-run score by Rising. I believe all of them unearned?
No,
maybe all 2 of them.
2 of them have been unearned.
Okay.
They really, story of the game for the Lumberjacks, but defensive miscues. Lots of ground balls, 5 errors being committed so far in this ball game, and only 2 hits by the Wildcats. Really shouldn't be a 5-run lead right here.
So we'll send it back down to the field. Leading it off for the Jacks will be number 22, Aaron Church, who's behind the plate today for the Jacks. That pitch is a ball, 1-0.
And Church flew out to second base in his first at bat.
So Heffley still on the mound for Rising. That ball fouled off behind the plate, 1-1. So Aaron, another one of these young guys trying to get a lot of experience in this season. This team's got potential in the next couple of years to be pretty good. They've just got so much youth right now, and too many errors being committed. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 2, 1-2 the count. Heffley from the windup. Church set. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. That's the first out of the bottom of the fourth. And defensive errors and just a lack of ability to put the ball in play. Warren's had some runners on base today. Just haven't been able to string together those hits in crucial situations, but Rison really living off of errors right now.
That's exactly right. They have been the beneficiary of 5 Lumberjack errors through 4 innings of play.
That pitch outside, 1-0. So one down in the bottom of the fourth, Rison up 5-0 over the Lumberjacks.
And Drake Jones had a base hit and reached on an error in yesterday's ball game. Put a pretty good swing on the ball early in yesterday's contest against Hamburg.
That 1-0 pitch catches the corner, makes it 1-1. Troy Sellers on deck. So Heffley with the 1-1 delivery. Grounded down, foul down the third base line. 1-2 now the count to Jones. And then after Sellers would be Austin Emanuel, the DH, but we may not get there if Troy Sellers can't get on and Drake Jones isn't able to get the ball in play and get on base here. Grounded the third baseman, the shortstop, looking for it. Shortstop's got it, throws it to first, and that is the second out of the inning. Another nice play, and Rison making the plays that they have to make.
2 down already, and Troy Sellers, who grounded out to short. His first at bat now at the plate. The senior, we've seen Troy Sellers for most of the year be up towards the top of the order. He's batting in the 6th hole today for the Lumberjacks.
And Troy, obviously a pretty invaluable right fielder. Played a little bit of center field. Actually, we kind of assumed earlier this year that's where he was going to be most of the season. But Calix Harris has stepped in and played very well in center field, at least this week, and so Sellers moves to right field, and he's done well. The outfield has been a strong point so far for the Jacks this season. And
there was some early concern about it. They were worried about the personnel they were going to have out there, but it's kind of settled itself out as we've moved through the season.
0-1 count after the swing from Sellers. Again, 2 down, bottom of the fourth. Another swing and a miss from Sellers.
The issue with Troy at the plate this year, Rob, has primarily been the strikeout. He's striking out way too much.
Well, I believe, I don't know that we don't have the stat directly in front of us, but I believe he now holds the record for strikeouts in a season. And there's still a lot of baseball left to play for this squad.
From what we understand, he's close to the single-season record, not necessarily a record that you really want to have.
No.
But and Troy's a pretty good player. He struggled this year, and hopefully he'll come around here as we move towards the end of the year.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Grounded up the middle. Maybe he's going to get a single out of this. Is it not able to get through, but the second baseman doesn't have a chance to make a play. Sellers with an infield single. Well, maybe we need to talk about that strikeout record more.
Well, I tell you what, before the ball game, we were talking to a member of the coaching staff, and then he stated plainly that if Troy would put the ball on the ground, good things would happen for him, and that's exactly what happened right there. That's a ground ball back up the middle, and there was no chance to make a play right there, even if you fielded that thing cleanly. Troy's going to beat that out with his speed down the line, and that's what you want to see from him. Needs to do more of that the rest of the way.
Sellers gets back in there as the throw from Heffley goes to first. You could very well see him try to steal second base here with Austin Emanuel, the DH, at the plate.
And what we've got and what we want to convey to our viewers is this Warren Lumberjack team still in good position to make the regional tournament. So there's still quite a bit of baseball left to be played.
Sellers is not going. That pitch is in there right down the pipe for a strike. 0-1 the count to Austin Emanuel.
And we talked, I believe, before the may have been the Hamburg game, the rainout game, that 7-7 this year will probably get you into regionals from the 8-4A. And Warren's sitting at 4-5 right now.
Sellers in motion. And the ball grounded to third. The third baseman throws it to first, and that is the third out of the inning. We're going to the top of the fifth. Jacks down 5-0.
Arkansas Superior Federal Credit Union's got it all. In addition to providing great service with a personal touch, Arkansas Superior is member-owned, so profits go back to you, not stockholders. Arkansas Superior offers everything from savings and free checking to auto loans, home loans, and even credit cards. Call 800-643-2160 and see why people are switching to credit unions like Arkansas Superior. Learn more at asfcu.coop and like us on Facebook. federally insured by NCUA. Jennings Carpet Specialties is a proud sponsor of Lumberjack Live. For professional installation of hardwood, carpet, vinyl, laminate, ceramic, blinds, and commercial flooring, contact Jennings Carpet Specialties at 870-226-3890 or stop by their shop at 212 South Myrtle Street in Warren. Jennings Carpet Specialties, quality you can stand on. Reynolds Surveying has 18 years experience in the business and is well qualified to conduct residential, commercial, topographical, large acreage, and land surveying. Give them a call at 870-226-8694 or 501-778-7556. Again, call Reynolds Surveying at 870-226-8694 or 501-778-7556.
Welcome back to Lumberjack Live on SalineRiverTV.com. I'm Rob Reap alongside Chris Norton, getting ready to get set to start the top of the fifth. The Lumberjacks in the field wearing black today, down 5-0 to the Rising Wildcats. And again, Chris, for the viewers that have just joined the program, story of the day has been errors in the infield.
Exactly. The Lumberjacks right now can't seem to get out of their own way in this contest, but still a little bit of time. They've played well in spots. Justin Hall's done a good job forcing ground balls by this Rising Wildcat team offensively. Just too many mistakes so far.
And up next here will be number 2, Will Jacobs, hitting in the number 4 slot, really kind of the ace pitcher for this Rising Wildcat team. He's not on the mound today for them, though. I'm guessing they're saving him for conference play.
And they play a double round-robin format. Only have 5 teams in their conference. So they only play 8 conference games as opposed to Warren playing 14.
So we will send this back down to the field. Hall comes set. Jacobs again at the plate. Ball popped up. Randy Gorman in foul territory over at first. He's got it. That's the first out of the inning. Nice play by Gorman. 1 down in the top of the fifth.
And you couldn't draw it up any better. First pitch swinging. Lazy little fly ball in foul territory to Randy Gorman. Gorman's played a lot of baseball. That's a fairly routine play for him. And 1 down to the top of the fifth. So hopefully Warren can get out of this without any miscues defensively and get back to the plate in the bottom half of the inning.
Will Clifton now at the plate for Rison.
He has grounded out and lined out today.
That pitch inside, 1-0.
Clifton lined out to shortstop in what was nearly a triple play by Logan Adams in the first inning. Adams was able to record the unassisted double play, couldn't quite get the runner at first base.
Swing and a miss. 1-1 now the count after the strike to Will Clifton. Justin Hall, I think we've got to be pleased. Coach Cuthbertson's got to be pleased with the way he's pitched today. He's just gotten some ground balls, and unfortunately the defense behind him hasn't been able to back him up. That's in there for a strike. 1-2 now the count. Off-speed pitch, I believe, there. Didn't see much break on it, but maybe the change-up. And I'm not sure how much. I know Justin's, that ball pulled well down the left side, well foul by about 10 yards. I'm not sure what all pitches Justin has in his arsenal. I'm sure he's probably got at least a fastball and a curveball. Not sure how much he's worked on that changeup. That changeup can be, I know when I did play under Coach Cuthbertson, that changeup was something that we valued. It can be such an effective pitch, especially if you've got anybody that's got any type of velocity and get people out on the front foot. But Justin doesn't have a ton of velocity on him, and really not very many on this club do, but I'm sure they probably worked on it some. That pitch in the dirt, 2-2 now the count. So 1 down, top of the fifth. Justin Hall on the mound. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And didn't see him get on top of that. I'm not sure if it was a curveball. I don't think it was, though. I think that was actually supposed to be a changeup.
Just couldn't quite get down on it.
Ball popped up to left field. That's going to be an out if A.J. Morin can get underneath it. He's there. That is the second out of the inning. So 2 up, 2 down for Justin Hall.
Nice job there by Hall. Worked the count to 3 balls, but managed to record the out.
Well, the difference right now, Chris, is really no difference for Justin. It's just his defense is making the plays behind him.
Exactly. Justin Hall's done a fine job on the mound today for the Lumberjacks. Only giving up 2 hits, a triple and a single, back-to-back base hits by the Wildcats.
That pitch outside 1-0. Gets by Church. He'll get a new ball and throw it back. And now at the plate, Levi Wilson for O-RISON. Here's the 1-0 delivery from Hall. That's upstairs, 2-0. 2-0 count, 2 down in the top of the 5th. The Lumberjacks needing to stop O-RISON here, keep them scoreless, and then go in at the bottom of the inning, try to get some runs back. This game's still far from over, Chris, though. 5-run lead, that can easily be cut down, if not equaled pretty soon. Here's the pitch, the 3-0. That's in there for a strike, 3-1.
Nice pitch by Hall. He's had a lot of success there on the inside corner today. These rising batters really crowding the plate.
They've really taken the strike zone and made it difficult. That ball behind Wilson, as you can see there, that pitch pretty far inside, but so far, with Wilson hugging the plate the way he was, it gets behind him. Up next, number 4, Jackson Lowry. How's he done with the plate today, Chris?
Lowry has grounded out pitcher Justin Hall and struck out swinging his 2 at-bats.
So a chance to get out of the inning with no runs scored. Wilson. That ball popped up to the right side. Gorman on the trail, but it's going to get out beyond the fence. Makes the count 0-1. So Wilson's got speed over there at first. We saw he was actually in motion a couple of times this game already. There he goes again. That ball hit into the gap as Logan Adams was headed towards first. Or headed towards second base, I apologize.
Nice piece of baseball right there. They got Adams drawn over towards second and kind of poked it through the hole.
Now runners at the corners. And that was the first hit of the day for number 4, Jackson Lowry. So now number 8, Garrick Dedman, will come up to the plate. And we've got a little bit of a conference on the mound. It's Coach Robert Cuthbertson talking things over with Justin Hall. We'll see if there's a pitching change in order. I would tend to doubt it, but we'll see. Hall's pitched pretty well. I mean, other than the errors, he's done a good job. That triple was really the biggest dagger of the day.
That's exactly right, Rob. Wound up, that was the 4th hit he's allowed. 3 singles and the triple by Garrett Dedman. That, of course, was the first hit of the ball game for the Wildcats. Just the victim of a lot of defensive miscues, and that's led to several of these runs that O-RISON scored today. And the issue right now for Warren in their 3rd game of the week, not a real deep pitching staff as it is, you don't really know where you turn to after Hall today with a conference game coming up tomorrow.
So Dedman steps into the box with runners at the corners, Wilson at third, and Lowry on first. Swing and a miss from Dedman.
And Dedman, in addition to the triple, he grounded out to shortstop in his 2 at-bats. Does have an RBI.
0-1 count, 2 down. Top of the 5th. That gets by Church. Wilson coming home. Could be a play at the plate. Hall's got it. And he is safe in there as Wilson's speed beats it. He didn't hesitate at all, and that pays off. The runner advances from first to second, and another run comes in, makes it 6-0. And a good call by the home plate umpire right there. He was safe. I got a pretty good view of it myself, as I'm sure our viewers did there on our screen. 6-0, top of the 5th, 2 down. All that was done with 2 outs. No runners were on with 2 outs, and haven't been able to shut O-RISON's offense down. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss from Dedman. 1-2 now the count.
We really need to retire Dedman right here for the third out of the inning. Really can't afford to have another run crossed right here in the top of the fifth inning for the Rising Wildcats.
Here's the pitch from Hall. That's hit up the middle. Adams has it at short, throws it to first. Gorman, the catch is made, and that is the third out of the inning. We're going to the bottom of the fifth. The Lumberjacks down 6-0. We've got to get on the board. Got to get on there to make this ball game. We'll be right back with more Lumberjack Live on SalineRiverTV.com.
Jennings Carpet Specialties is a proud sponsor of Lumberjack Live. For professional installation of hardwood, carpet, vinyl, laminate, ceramic, blinds, and commercial flooring, contact Jennings Carpet Specialties at 870-226-3890 or stop by their shop at 212 South Myrtle Street in Warren. Jennings Carpet Specialties, quality you can stand on. Reynolds Surveying has 18 years experience in the business and is well qualified to conduct residential, commercial, topographical, large acreage, and land surveying. Give them a call at 870-226-8694 or 501-778-7556. Again, call Reynolds Surveying at 870-226-8694 or 501-778-7556.
Back to Lumberjack Live on SalineRiverTV.com. I'm Rob Reap. Chris Norton will be back in just a second as he stepped out. He's right here now. He's getting his headset back on. We've got a score update. The Lady Jacks in the bottom of the fifth inning here at the Warren Baseball Softball Complex down to the Rising Lady Cats. A score of 18-3. So another tough day for the Lady Jacks. Send it back down to the field for the pitch. First pitch at the bottom of the fifth. That's a ball, 1-0 the count.
And Randy Gorman for the Lumberjacks has singled in his only at-bat today. Hoping to have another hard hit ball right here, another base hit.
Calix Harris is on deck, and then it'll be back to the top of the order with Logan Adams. Here's the pitch from Heffley. That's inside. 2-0 the count. Patience is needed here for Gorman.
And you have to wonder what direction they're going to go if Gorman reaches base here. They've already pinch run for him. So in the event they decide to do that again, he will be unable to re-enter.
Swing and a miss makes it 2-1. So I think that softball game is over now. The final 18-3. As the Lady Jacks not able to get things done today.
And that's a good Rising softball team. They're just as good as most of the better teams. Hamburg, DeWitt, in the 8-4A. But still some work to do over there. Got some winnable games coming up with Dalloway and Hermitage for the softball program.
Here's the pitch from Heffley. That's a ball. So Gorman will go to first base. We'll see what Coach Robert Cuthbertson does, and I think he's going to stick with Gorman on the base paths. He's kind of got to. You got to leave that first baseman in there. He's too valuable to take off.
And the issue is that Emmanuel's in the lineup as a designated hitter today, so you could insert him into play first. I believe. I don't really know why they're throwing over. Randy's probably not going to try to steal second base. But Gorman's a smart baseball player. He understands how to run the bases. He's done this before.
Randy is a very anybody that you talk to, he's a great kid.
He is a very good kid.
And a good baseball player over at first base. Been pretty solid. Only really one throw in the dirt today. He wasn't able to quite pick out, and he got his glove on it. It was pretty close, but he's played well for the Lumberjacks this season, and they've been very fortunate to have him.
It's definitely been a very positive addition to both the football programs and baseball program at Warren this year.
Breaking ball in there for a strike.
A transfer from Hermitage, a senior for the Lumberjacks this year.
Calix Harris. I keep saying Harris. Calix Harris at the plate for Warren with an 0-2 count and no outs. Another breaking ball in there. That's strike three. Harris just not used to seeing the curveballs, and that's the problem for some of these younger guys. They're just not used to seeing those off-speed pitches, and you got to be ready for them. guy like Heffley's gonna bring his best stuff, and a curveball in there for a pretty simple strike 3.
And that's Kalick struck out twice looking yesterday, and that's primarily the deal. The breaking ball kind of gets on him, surprises him a bit. He'll get better at that with repetitions.
Another swing from Logan Adams for a first strike as he fouls that one off behind the plate. 0-1 the count with one down in the bottom of the 5th. So one out, bottom of the 5th. Randy Gorman on first base for the Orange and Black. That pitch outside, 1-1. Again, Rison up 6-0 over Warren. You can look at your scoreboard there if you're watching this live or on demand. You get a scoreboard at the top of your screen now. Something, a new addition we're glad to have. Swing and a miss from Adams on the curveball, 1-2. Really, the Lumberjack offense this week, Chris, in particular, has had a rough week. They've just really struggled with the plate.
So far, only 1 run scored through 2.5 games, really.
A swing and a miss, it gets by. The base was actually occupied, I believe, so he's going to be out. Adams is going to be out at first.
But being fairly heads up, though, went ahead and sprinted down.
Gorman is able to advance to second base. Adams now being informed that he is out.
And you'd rather see that and have him send it back than to have him just walk back to the dugout in that situation.
Absolutely. So A.J. Mooring.
Mooring has struck out swinging twice today. Really needs a base hit for the Lumberjacks.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. It's actually, I've been kind of surprised to see the way A.J.'s, maybe he's been done better in the past few weeks. I'm not really sure, but it's been surprising to see him in that number 2 slot today. That's interesting.
It is. They, I guess they're just kind of searching for the right mix. I tell you what, so far A.J.'s seen 2, 4, 6, 7 pitches. 6 of them he's swung at.
He's now got an 0-2 count with 2 down.
2 strikeouts already. Really needs to put the ball in play.
That pitch gets away from Rison. Gorman's going to take third base.
And as you can see, Randy Gorman, he understands what's going on. He gets on his horse, gets over to third base.
Moore needs to get at least 1 run in. If Mooring can get a single here, drive Gorman in. He takes his lead from the windup. Heffley is going to be on the mound. Here's the pitch to Mooring, a foul tip off the right side.
Nice job by A.J. Mooring there, trying to battle.
1-2 the count with 2 down in the bottom of the 5th, and runner on third base and Randy Gorman. Justin Hall on deck.
Be big to push across a run right here for Warren.
That pitch upstairs, Mooring dangerously about to duck away from that one. And it was 2-2 now. So a 2-2 count with 2 down in the bottom of the 5th. Again, Nick Heffley on the mound for Rison. Fouled off. Nice way to battle here from Mooring. Starting to pick a little bit up of that speed from Heffley. Again, Heffley early in this ball game recorded at least 1 pitch that I know of about 79 miles an hour. So he's hovering at that 80-mile-an-hour mark, and that's faster than some of these kids have seen this season.
It is. That's fairly quality.
And that is a curveball in there for strike 3. You got to stay in there. You got to realize what the count is and what he's going to bring to you. All right, we're going to the top of the 6th. Lumberjacks still down 6-0. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Reynolds Surveying has 18 years experience in the business and is well qualified to conduct residential, commercial, topographical, large acreage, and land surveying. Give them a call at 870-226-8694 or 501-778-7556. Again, call Reynolds Surveying at 870-226-8694 or 501-778-7556. Get ready for the 56th annual Bradley County Pink Tomato Festival. This year's festival features headliner Marty Stewart. The festivities will kick off May 31st and last through June 9th. Go ahead and start making your plans today to attend Arkansas's Festival to Remember. Bring the entire family and enjoy the 56th annual Bradley County Pink Tomato Festival. Good stadium groundskeeper will tell you that the quality and cleanliness of a sports field is essential to a great game. Athletes must be able to compete on pristine ground. The same goes for in the home. If you were to comfortably enjoy your home, it must be cared for in a professional quality manner. Call Beaver's Carpet Cleaning today for a free estimate. Dial 870-820-8762. Beaver's Carpet Cleaning, owner Beaver Ray Smith.
Welcome back to Lumberjack Live on SalineRiverTV.com. Starting off the top of the sixth, the Jacks down 6-0 if you're just joining us to the O-RISON Wildcats. Number 17, Tyler Parker, the DH, leading it off here in the top of the sixth inning for O-RISON. Justin Hall still on the mound. He's pitched a pretty good game. Just really hadn't had the defensive backup that he needs. Several errors have been committed today by the Lumberjacks, and yet they've still really been in the ball game for a good portion of it.
Parker singled in his last at-bat, Rob, drove in a run as part of a 3-run fourth inning for the O-RISON Wildcats.
An 0-1 count. That pitch upstairs, 1-1. This game at 6-0 still not over with. You got two more innings to go here for the Jacks, 6 more outs to play with, and you never know what can happen if you keep it here at 6. You get many more than that, though, and it's going to start to get worse and worse with each run. Calix Harris underneath that one in center field. He records the first out of the top of the sixth inning.
Nice job there. 1 up, 1 down, and you go back to the top of the order here for O-RISON, where they've been putting the ball in play. Nick Heffley's had an interesting day, Rob, their leadoff hitter. He has reached on 3 errors today. E4 twice and E6 in the third inning.
Well, that's one thing to put on a guy with 3 errors in a ball game, but to put on the leadoff man who's got a lot of speed, that's even worse.
That's exactly right. He's come around to score twice after reaching on those 3 errors.
Here's the pitch from Hall. That's in the dirt. 1-0 the count.
And Warren's desperately got to find something on the offensive end. They've only scored 1 run in the previous 19 innings this week. So got to get some things going offensively in this ball game.
So a 1-0 count with 1 out in the top of the sixth. Pitch is outside, makes it 2-0. Hall comes set for the 2-0 pitch. That's high and inside, 3-0. And not the way you want to start off. You don't want to give the leadoff guy 3 bases on 3 errors and then walk him.
That's exactly right.
Here's the pitch. That's inside. So a base on balls.
And he hasn't been pretty doing it, but Heffley has been on base in all 4 plate appearances today.
Yep. And now number 9, Dustin Dees at the plate for the Wildcats. Heffley with a pretty good sized lead at first base. He may go in motion once again. Hall may throw over here. He does not. Actually, pitch out was on. So that'll make the count 1-0. Heffley again takes his lead, about the same. Hall from the stretch. He may see him throw over here. He does not. Grounder to the second baseman. Tyler Hall gets to it, fields it, throws it to first. That is the second out of the top of the sixth.
Nice
so a
job
fielder's
there
choice.
by Hall.
Actually, not a fielder's choice. As he gets the out at first base, the runner advances to second. Heffley now at second base, so they've got a runner in scoring position.
Nice job by Tyler Hall to come back and make that play after some early struggles today defensively. 2 outs right here, runner on second. Really need to retire Josh Cook here.
So 2 outs, top of the sixth. Swing and a miss.
Cook has walked and flown out twice in this ball game.
So Lumberjacks trying to hold O-RISON scoreless in the sixth. O-RISON does have a runner on second base. You can see it there at about the midway portion of your screen. A pitch out gets away from Aaron Church. I'm not sure if that was a pitch out or a attempted curveball, but
I think he was trying to throw a breaking ball, wound up throwing it behind the batter.
Church looked pretty surprised there, so there's another breaking ball that just gets away from Justin Hall. Hasn't had too many of those today, but he's had a couple. 1-1 count. Runner is now at third. Hit up the middle. Hall can't get to it. Calix Harris will field it in center field. He gets it in. And another run comes in. That makes it 7-0. 7-0 in the top of the sixth. Warren still not able to hold Rison scoreless a single inning yet. And again, that was with 2 outs. And I know that's a hard hit ball, but he's almost there. You got to have that.
And you got their 4-hole hitter and their best player, Will Jacobs, here at the plate.
He pops it up. That's going to go behind the plate.
And Jacobs so far has been pretty quiet, been hit by a pitch and drove in a run off that, grounded out to third and popped out to Randy Gorman at first base in his 3 at-bats.
So Hall has an 0-1 count to Will Jacobs, the cleanup hitter for Rison. That pitch outside looked like another, maybe a change up there. 1-1 the count with 2 down in the top of the sixth. 7-0 the score. Hall comes set. That pitch in the dirt. Runner's going to go. Church, no play at second base as he couldn't quite find it. Gets past Hall. Adams there short to back up Hall as the throw comes back to the pitcher. 2-1 count with 2 down. Runner now at second base, number 19, and that's Josh Cook at second. Number 2, Will Jacobs at the plate. Hits that one into the gap. A.J. Mooring tracing. He's not going to get to it. It's going to hit the wall. Another run's going to come in. That's going to make it 8-0. Jacobs in at second with a stand-up double. And he just hit that ball.
Yeah, he jumped all over it.
So 8-0. Another tough day for the Lumberjacks.
Disappointing performance so far. Lots of struggles defensively. And Rison beginning to hit the ball with a little bit more regularity right now, late in the ball game. Looks a lot like yesterday.
Yeah.
Hamburg came alive late in the ball game and kind of poured it on, and hopefully that's not the case today.
Grounded to Drake Jones at short is just out of his reach. A 9th run will come in. Jacobs will score. And number 16, Will Clifton, with a RBI single. So 9-0 now. Rison, the floodgates are starting to open up. Coach Robert Cuthbertson coming out. Looks like we may have a pitching change coming. We shall see.
Rob, it's kind of a situation they really would have liked to have seen Hall go all 7, but
see who's going to come in. It looks like it's going to be A.J. Mooring again. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back after the pitching change is made and the warm-up pitches are taken. We'll be back with more Lumberjack Live on SalineRiverTV.com.
Any good stadium groundskeeper will tell you that the quality and cleanliness of a sports field is essential to a great game. Athletes must be able to compete on pristine ground. The same goes for in the home. If you were to comfortably enjoy your home, it must be cared for in a professional quality manner. Call Beavers Carpet Cleaning today for a free estimate. Dial 870-820-8762. Beavers Carpet Cleaning, owner Beaver Ray Smith. Arkansas Superior Federal Credit Union's got it all. In addition to providing great service with a personal touch, Arkansas Superior is member-owned, so profits go back to you, not stockholders. Arkansas Superior offers everything from savings and free checking to auto loans, home loans, and even credit cards. Call 800-643-2160 and see why people are switching to credit unions like Arkansas Superior. Learn more at asfcu.coop and like us on Facebook. Federally insured by NCUA. Jennings Carpet Specialties is a proud sponsor of Lumberjack Live. For professional installation of hardwood, carpet, vinyl, laminate, ceramic, blinds, and commercial flooring, contact Jennings Carpet Specialties at 870-226-3890 or stop by their shop at 212 South Myrtle Street in Warren. Jennings Carpet Specialties, quality you can stand on.
Welcome back to Lumberjack Live on SaleneRiverTV.com. Pitching change has been made in the top of the sixth with 2 outs. A.J. Mooring coming in from left field. He's going to go to the mound. We'll try to get the changes to you in just a second. Do we have some stats?
We do. Justin Hall went 5 2/3 today. Allowed 9 runs. 7 of those were earned off 7 hits. Struck out 1, walked 4, and hit a batter. He's going to turn it over to A.J. Mooring, who we saw yesterday in relief against Hamburg. Mooring went a third of an inning. Gave up 2 hits, 3 runs. 1 of those was unearned. Struck out 1, walked 1, and hit 3 batters. So he's hoping for a better performance today against the Rising Wildcats.
Chris, it looks to me like A.J. Mooring comes in from left field, goes to the mound. Justin Hall goes from the mound to center field, and Caleb Harris is going to bump over to left field. So that looks like the extent of the changes that are being made.
That appears to be the case, and it'll be interesting to see if we may see some young guys come on the pinch hit here in the bottom half of the inning, and what moves may be made as they try to generate some offense.
Well, another thing to keep in mind here is if Rison is able to get one more run across the board and the Lumberjacks don't score in the bottom of the sixth, this game would be over.
That's exactly right. So a lot of work to do by Warren. Got to get some things going offensively. It's been a tough week, and they'd like to post some runs here on the board before this thing is said and done.
Number 11, Levi Wilson, now going to be at the plate for Rison, and we'll send it back down to the field. Or pick this one back up as A.J. Mooring on the mound for the Lumberjacks. That pitch is called low, 1-0. Again, you just joined us, top of the sixth. We've just had a pitching change made. Justin Hall's moved from pitcher to center field. A.J. Mooring's come from left to join onto the mound. He'll pitch for the Lumberjacks in relief. And Caleb Harris, who's been in center field today, will move over to left field. So now after that pitch, 2-0 count with 2 down. Again, rising up 9-0 over the Lumberjacks. Here's the pitch from Mooring. And I tell you what, AJ also, I'm just seeing something else here from him. Number 16, Will Clifton's on first base. He's their number 3. Well, actually, their number 5 hitter. Doesn't have a lot of speed, but with AJ's delivery, he's taken a big step, and that's actually called strike. So makes the count 3-1. But with any speed over there on first, with that type of a step instead of a slide step, you're going to have a stolen base pretty quickly.
Guys be able to get a big jump against you there at first.
And Chris, to be honest, AJ, that's something that Warren pitchers traditionally have not been very good at, is a slide step from the mound with runners on. At least in the past probably 10 years or so, we really haven't had very many pitchers that had great pickoff moves and great deliveries to home plate with runners on. And that takes care of that problem there anyway. That's a ball, and the runner will take first base. So runners on first and second with 2 down.
And we've got Jackson Lowry, who singled in his last at-bat.
So Mooring comes set with 2 outs. Here's the delivery to Lowry. That pitch called a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. So Rison looking for that important 10th run. That would put the mercy rule in effect, and if Warren couldn't score in the bottom of the inning, that would be it. Grounded up the middle. Hall gets his glove on it, makes a nice effort, but can't make the stab and can't get up in time to make a throw. So now the bases are loaded. If that ball gets through, that's a 10th run. So a nice job just to save it from going into center field, but I really like to have that play as well, but it's just a tough one to get to.
Now we've got Garrett Dedman. He tripled in the 4th inning, drove in a run, part of a 3-run 4th. They have matched that with 3 runs here in the top of the 6th as well.
So Mooring, here's the pitch. That's going to be caught by Logan Adams at shortstop on the line drive, so that's the third out of the inning. The Lumberjacks will play a seventh. There's no doubt about that now, as Rison can't get that 10th run in. We're going to the bottom of the sixth. Lumberjacks down 9-0 to the Rison Wildcats. We'll be back after this commercial break.
Any good stadium groundskeeper will tell you that the quality and cleanliness of a sports field is essential to a great game. Athletes must be able to compete on pristine ground. The same goes for in the home. If you were to comfortably enjoy your home, it must be cared for in a professional quality manner. Call Beavers Carpet Cleaning today for a free estimate. Dial 870-820-8762. Beavers Carpet Cleaning, owner Beaver Ray Smith. Arkansas Superior Federal Credit Union's got it all. In addition to providing great service with a personal touch, Arkansas Superior is member-owned, so profits go back to you, not stockholders. Arkansas Superior offers everything from savings and free checking to auto loans, home loans, and even credit cards. Call 800-643-2160 and see why people are switching to credit unions like Arkansas Superior. Learn more at asfcu.coop and like us on Facebook. Federally insured by NCUA.
Back to Lumberjack Live on SalineRiverTV.com. I'm Rob Reap alongside Chris Norton. Another tough day for the Lumberjacks, Chris, as they are currently down with a score of 9-0 to Rison, starting off the bottom of the sixth inning. As you just said during the break, we talked about the Jacks have to get their offense moving. They've got to quit making those defensive errors, because there's a lot of baseball in this season left to play.
Exactly. I mean, there's still a lot of games left, and I don't want to play like this the rest of the way through. It's been a tough week. I need to try to snap out of it here.
We'll send it back down to the field as Nick Heffley still on the mound for Rison. Justin Hall swings and misses. 0-1 the count.
And Hall has now moved from the mound to center field, as we saw in the top half of the inning.
And overall did really well early in this ball game. Just kind of everything kind of went against him. It seemed like couldn't get a defensive play to save his life early in the game, and that led to an early 2-0 lead for Rison, and actually a 1-0 lead in the first inning, and then they added in the second. But Justin pitched pretty well today. I'm not unhappy with the way he played. It's just you gotta clean up those defensive mistakes. He hammers this one deep to left. It's going to get to the wall. The left fielder's got it. Hall rushing to second. He will get in there, it looks like, with a stand-up double. Hall going to hold it there as the ball gets passed to the first baseman. A nice piece of hitting by Justin Hall, and I'm going to tell you what, with one of those old aluminum bats, that ball's gone.
That was a nice way to start off the bottom of the sixth, as they try to produce some runs offensively. For really the first time this week, they've only scored one run in 2 games so far, and they'd love to have a big inning right here.
Justin, obviously a pretty strong kid, and he does muscle that one out to deep left field and gets a stand-up double out of it. That's the way you want to start it off. Aaron Church swings and misses, makes the count 0-1 to him. On deck is Drake Jones.
And we saw Aaron hit a ball real hard yesterday. Fly ball caught by the left fielder near the wall.
Here's the pitch from Heffley. Actually, he turns and going to make sure Hall stays at second base, neither his shortstop or second base when we're moving towards the bag. Hall takes a pretty good size lead, extends it a little bit. Church hits a curveball to dead center. The center fielder's underneath it. Hall's going to plant. He's going to take third base. And Aaron Church, now realizing that the ball was caught, I think he actually at first thought it was going to get beyond. And Jones will now be up to the plate with 1 out, and Justin Hall at third base.
Sack fly right there by Church. Not a bad thing at all right there. Advances the runner. You get Drake Jones with a chance to drive in a run here for the Lumberjacks.
Jones steps up. How's he done today, Chris?
He is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground ball to short.
So he's due for a hit. Here it goes. That one's popped up foul behind the plate. 0-1. And this Lumberjack team's had several scoring opportunities today with runners in scoring position and have been unable to convert. Hopefully Jones will be able to put the ball in play and bring Hall home. A swing and a miss for strike two. 0-2 count with one out in the bottom of the sixth inning. So Nick Heffley has had a pretty gem of a day for Horizon.
He has thrown very well for the Wildcats.
Hall stays at third as the throw comes over. He's safe. Troy Sellers on deck. And Troy's also due for a hit. He's had an infield single, but that ball high and inside to Jones for a ball, 1-2. 1-2 count, bottom six. Horizon 9, Warren 0. Heffley comes set. Here's the delivery. Swing and a miss. Went with the fastball on the outside corner and gets Jones on the swing. So Sellers will step up to the plate now.
And Troy has grounded out to shortstop and reached off an infield single.
Heffley steps off the back of the rubber and aims towards third.
Yeah, Heffley's been real concerned with Hall with a 9-run lead here. He's thrown over at second, thrown over at third.
He throws that pitch outside for a ball, 1-0. Again, 2 down, bottom sixth. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Sellers with a tough swing there for a strike, 1-1. He looked again like he just couldn't quite make his mind up. And that was an off-speed pitch, I believe, curveball. Heffley now preparing for the 1-1 pitch. That gets by. Hall rushing home. He's going to be safe. So the Lumberjacks get a run on the board after the pass ball. Now the score's 9-1. Warren finally gets on the scoreboard. So 9-1 the score in the bottom of the sixth. 2 outs.
Sellers here with a 2-1 count for the Lumberjacks at the plate.
Here's the pitch. That gets by for a ball. 3-1 the count.
And the senior in his last at bat did have an infield single, put the ball on the ground, has impressive speed.
And we thank you so much for watching Lumberjack Live on SalineRiverTV.com. Stick with us after the game for the SalineRiverTV.com post-game report brought to you by the 56th Annual Bradley County Pink Tomato Festival.
And what we do understand from talking to Denny Cupperson before the game, they are planning on playing a B game tonight, which they haven't played in a while.
Ball grounded to third. The throw made, and the third out is recorded as Sellers grounds out to third. The score 9-1 as we're going to the top of the seventh. The Lumberjacks needing to hold Horizon and get back in for the seventh and maybe try to get a rally started. We'll be back with more Lumberjack Live baseball after this commercial break.
Any good stadium groundskeeper will tell you that the quality and cleanliness of a sports field is essential to a great game. Athletes must be able to compete on pristine ground. The same goes for in the home. If you were to comfortably enjoy your home, it must be cared for in a professional quality manner. Call Beaver's Carpet Cleaning today for a free estimate. Dial 870-820-8762. Beaver's Carpet Cleaning, owner Beaver Ray Smith. Reynolds Surveying has 18 years experience in the business and is well qualified to conduct residential, commercial, topographical, large acreage, and land surveying. Give them a call at 870-226-8694 or 501-778-7556. Again, call Reynolds Surveying at 870-226-8694 or 501-778-7556.
Welcome back to Lumberjack Live on SalineRiverTV.com. The top of the seventh, getting ready to get started. Lumberjacks finally get on the board. They score 1 run. Justin Hall comes in after a pass ball, and the score now 9-1 heading into the seventh inning. They've got a lot of work to do. Need to hold Horizon here, and A.J. Mooring still on the mound for the Jacks. and then get back into the bottom of the seventh and try to possibly put together a little bit of a scoring run and see if we can make things interesting.
Definitely, they want to try to finish this game on a high note if they can before going back to conference play tomorrow at Lake Village. So hopefully they can finish this one out strong. Disappointed so far with their play and with the score, but still inning of baseball left.
And now we are back down to the field. Again, you can see A.J. Mooring on the mound. After the change last inning, he's taken over. Number 17, Tyler Parker, at the plate for the Wildcats. Here's the pitch from Mooring. That's outside, 1-0.
Parker has grounded out, flown out, and had an RBI single in the contest, so 1 for 3 today.
Mooring from the windup. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And that's upstairs, 2-0. 2-0 count, top seventh. 9-1 lead for Rison over the Lumberjacks. Mooring from the windup. Here's the pitch. That's inside. Actually hit the runner. He's going to hit his foot, so he's going to go to first. And now Rison has a runner on first base with no outs.
We saw 3 hit batters. And
he takes second base.
This is a dead ball now. That's a dead ball. Confusion over at first base, but that ball hit him. That is a dead ball. And he is back at first base.
He stopped about midway through. I think his coach was yelling, "Hey, it's got to come back." Or somebody was. Not sure who was yelling, but he went about halfway and then realized. That pitch, a called strike on the outside corner to Nick Heffley, who's had a great day on the mound for Rison.
He's had a great day on the hill, and he's had a pretty good day at the plate. Reached base in all 4 plate appearances, reached on 3 errors and walked, scored 3 runs.
Parker takes a big lead at first. That pitch blocked by Church at the plate. 1-1 count with no outs. The Lumberjacks will travel to Lake Village tomorrow. We will not be carrying that game live on Saline River TV, though. We'll try to have a game report, at least a few stats for you after the game. Here's the pitch. That's upstairs. 2-1 count. Mooring still struggling with his accuracy here. He actually finished out the game yesterday for the Lumberjacks, but by then it was pretty well out of hand.
And he struggled to work around the plate at times then, hit 3 batters, hit 1 today. Still some things that A.J. Mooring's working on off the mound.
Pitch grounded up the middle off of Mooring's glove, and that's going to be trouble. Hall throws it to first, but not in time, and really can't blame anybody for that one as it just nicks off of Mooring's glove, and Rison continues to have luck at the plate. Warren not able to capitalize on the grounder. Looks like we've got number 9, Dustin Dees, back up to the plate, and I'm really surprised, Chris, we haven't seen a couple of subs here for Rison.
Well, I'm not real sure what the situation is. Again, it's only an 8-run lead right now.
Yeah.
Even though they have been in control of the ball game for the duration. And they're planning on playing a B game right after this, so they'll get those young kids some at-bats in that environment.
That pitch inside, so it's the count now at 1-0 to number 4, Jackson Lowry. That's a strike, 1-1.
And Dees here at the plate has reached off a single and reached on 2 errors. So 1 for 4. He's also popped out to second base in the ball game.
Swing, and that is a foul tip to the backstop. 1-2 the count with no outs in the top of the 7th.
Nice to have 2 strikes right here in this situation. Would love a lazy ground ball. Get a chance for a double play ball right here.
So no outs. Top of the 7th, 1-2 count. A.J. Mooring on the mound for the Warren Lumberjacks. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Line drive into right field. Troy Sellers has it. He throws it to second, overthrows Logan Adams. Drake Jones there to back him up.
Nice job by Drake Jones being heads up right there. That would have been a disaster had he not been there to corral that baseball.
So now with no outs, the bases are loaded for number 13. And that is a substitute, James Reed, now at the plate for Horizon. Again, no outs, top of the 7th. Horizon has a 9-1 lead. And let's see, James Reed. Where are we in the order, Chris?
We are in the 3-hole. He's hitting for Josh Cook, who got the start at second base today for the Wildcats. Cook in 4 at-bats was 1 for 3 with a double. Grounded out, flew out, and was hit by a pitch. Walked in his first at-bat. Then singled and flew out twice. I was reading the stat line for Will Jacobs, who will hit next. And we're loosening up another pitcher here. The Horizon Wildcats are behind their dugout, so I'm assuming they're going to, they're either working on a kid for the B game or they're planning on making a pitching change here in the bottom of the inning.
That pitch catches the inside corner for a strike. 0-1. 0-1 count in the top of the 7th. It's James Reed of Horizon.
And that is actually Josh Cook over there warming up, so that is why he's being pitch hit for. I'm assuming he will go to the mound here in the bottom of the 7th.
Pitch high. Pretty good lead over there at third base by Tyler Parker. So 1-1 count with no outs. Mooring still searching for that consistent accuracy. Here's the pitch. Curveball, that's upstairs. 2-1. And I think we're seeing Chris just with a conference game tomorrow. Coach Cuthbertson trying to conserve his pitching staff as best he can. Already with kind of a lack of pure depth on the mound. We've got really Logan Adams and Drake Jones who can get the job done pretty consistently for Warren. And even they've had some ups and downs this season, but past them, you really get into a bullpen that's inexperienced and doesn't have a lot of consistent play.
That's exactly right. Not a lot of arms, and been a frustrating week. Finally an out right here.
Swing and a miss for strike 3 as James Reed goes down for the first out at the top of the 7th.
And now we've got their 4-hole hitter, Will Jacobs. He's doubled, was hit by a pitch, grounded out, flew out. It's got 2 RBIs on the day.
This game now over the 2-hour mark at 2 hours and 2 minutes and 40 seconds now. Nice block by Aaron Church. 1-0 count. And the cleanup guy, number 2, Will Jacobs, at the plate. He is one of their heavy hitters, so with the bases loaded, a chance for a big hit and some more runs for Horizon. Here's the 1-0. Oh, and he went fishing for it. I'll give him that. He was aiming for the sign out in left field.
He went up the ladder quite a bit for that one right there. In this situation, he's kind of cutting loose, and he's wanting to hit the ball as hard as he can, as far as he can, with the bases loaded and a 9-1 lead in the 7th inning.
1-1 count now. That ball blocked by Church. Almost hit the grass, I believe, just before the dirt. So AJ still struggling to throw consistent strikes, and that'll hurt any pitcher. I don't care how hard you throw or anything like that, how great your curveball is. If you can't throw a consistent fastball for a strike, that's going to hurt you. That ball hammered into the gap in right field. Sellers is not going to get there.
Angle. That's a senior. Needs to take a better angle right there on that baseball.
1 run, 2 runs, 3 runs coming in. Jacobs headed to third. Adams throws it there, and he has got him out. The triple is not in the books for Jacobs. And so 3 runs do come in, though.
A 3-run double right there for Will Jacobs.
So that makes it 12-1.
Right there, you got to take a better angle on that baseball to right field. You know, you need to understand how that's hit and be able to cut that thing off. The last thing you want to do right there is allow that ball to roll to the wall.
Number 16, Will Clifton, the number 5 hitter in the order for Horizon, is now at the plate.
Will Jacobs, who was just retired on that throw, at his 5 RBIs he has accounted for.
Popped up into shallow center field. Logan Adams is there. He's got it for the third out of the inning. We're going to the bottom of the 7th. The Lumberjacks down 12-1. Another tough day so far. Hopefully we can get a couple of runs on the board and at least make it look a little bit better. Here we go. We'll be back with more Lumberjack Live on SaleenRiverTV.com.
Reynolds Surveying has 18 years experience in the business and is well qualified to conduct residential, commercial, topographical, large acreage, and land surveying. Give them a call at 870-226-8694 or 501-778-7556. Again, call Reynolds Surveying at 870-226-8694 or 501-778-7556. Reynolds Surveying has 18 years experience in the business and is well qualified to conduct residential, commercial, topographical, large acreage, and land surveying. Give them a call at 870-226-8694 or 501-778-7556. Again, call Reynolds Surveying at 870-226-8694 or 501-778-7556. Get ready for the 56th annual Bradley County Pink Tomato Festival. This year's festival features headliner Marty Stewart. The festivities will kick off May 31st and last through June 9th. Go ahead and start making your plans today to attend Arkansas's Festival to Remember. Bring the entire family and enjoy the 56th annual Bradley County Pink Tomato Festival.
Welcome back to Lumberjack Live on SaleenRiverTV.com. Austin Emanuel leading it off for the Lumberjacks in the bottom of the 7th. The score 12-1, rising on top of Warren. That pitch fouled off to the right side by Emanuel.
And Heffley is still in the game, so I'm assuming that Cook is either – he must be planning on starting this second game today. He was out behind his dugout getting loose after he was pulled from the game for a pinch hitter.
Our understanding is they are going to play a B game. We will not carry that live. Obviously, that game really has no ramifications on the record of Warren's high school baseball team. It's just kind of a practice game for those younger guys. Here's the pitch from Heffley. Check swing and a miss. And Emanuel, as the catcher throws it to first, he is out for the first out of the bottom of the 7th inning. And just not a lot of speed there from Austin Emanuel, and one of your leadoff guys might beat that out, but at least he was alert and ran.
Definitely,
That's
he's
a bright spot.
He's a young man they have high hopes for as their first baseman of the future. Only a freshman.
Randy Gorman now up at the plate. He's played pretty well today at first base for the Lumberjacks. That pitch is inside 1-0.
He has singled and walked in his 2 at-bats, so 1 for 1.
Again, stick with us after this game's over for the SaleenRiverTV.com post-game report brought to you by the 56th Annual Bradley County Pink Tomato Festival being held the second weekend in June. Here's the pitch from Heffley, 2-0. That gets past the catcher, 3-0. And, Chris, you might see here, I would assume, if Gorman gets on, you might see another pinch runner, and that would kill Gorman for the game.
Well, yeah, I think it'd be an opportunity to get another one of those young guys in here, and, maybe a Trent Broughton or Deviante Davis, one of those young men with some speed.
The pitch is a strike, so it's 3-1. Heffley throws that one down the middle. And Gorman was looking all the way there, a smart baseball player. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That catches the outside corner, 3-2. Gorman not too happy with that call.
You got to be careful right there. Those umpires really don't like when that happens, when you take off before the call's made.
Here's a 3-2 delivery. That's inside. It hits Gorman.
Pitcher didn't really like it either, I don't think. He throws that one right at Gorman's shoulder. Let's see if they pinch run for him right here, they let the senior stay out.
He's going to be a pinch run for it. Looks like number 31, Trent Broughton, is going to come in to run for Randy Gorman. So Randy Gorman's done for today. Broughton moves to pinch run, and I would assume, obviously, it doesn't really matter who goes in at that point because there's not going to be probably an eighth inning here or anything like that. So just get speed in there, try to get a run across. Calix, go ahead.
Calix Harris right here, 0 for 2 today, Rob. Struck out looking, struck out swinging in his 2 at-bats.
He's moved from center field where he started this game to left field when the pitching change was made. Broughton takes his lead. The throw gets past the catcher, so Broughton will move to second base. He's there. And he is safe in at second. A 1-0 count to Calix Harris. The Lumberjacks would love to get a couple of runs across here, maybe try to get to that 5 mark, just make it look a little bit closer. If nothing else, you just want to do it for pride. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss from Harris. Just being outmatched with speed right now. A little bit of a sunset started here in Warren. Shade at home plate. The pitcher's mound kind of in the sun a little bit, but blended pretty nicely. That ball fouled off. A 1-2 count now to Harris.
Harris really wanting to put something in play right here already with 2 strikeouts on the day.
Broughton takes his lead at second. The second baseman is there in case the throw's made. Now he moves away. Harris pops this one into left field. That's going to get down. Broughton is going to hold up at third, so runners now at the corners. And Broughton held up just a little bit, thinking that ball might be caught. If not for that, after the bobble was made, he probably could have scored on that play. But not a bad base running error. You probably even like to see a young kid like that realize the situation that he's got just one out and that he needs to hold up there in case it is caught. Number 5, Logan Adams now at the plate. Again, Calix Harris at first base. Trent Broughton at third. So runners at the corners for the Lumberjacks with Logan Adams, leadoff man, at the plate.
And you see Rison still working hard, giving first and third signals.
That grounded, fouled down the third baseline, 0-1. And if Heffley's not their ace, I would love to see Will Jacobs pitch sometime. He's got to be pretty good.
Well, apparently the young man's extremely, extremely talented, and by all accounts, several coaches have shared with us that he works in the upper 80s, and supposed to be a very good pitcher. I believe he was the young man that started and beat Parker's Chapel earlier this year.
Logan Adams hits it to center field. Broughton's going to try to tag up. It's a shallow one, though. It's caught. The throw's going to come in to center on into home plate, and Broughton had to hold up. It was hit too shallow. So Adams pops up, not able to get the runner across, and so the score remains 12-1 with 2 outs now. And up next is number 10, A.J. Mooring, who's now on the mound for the Lumberjacks.
And Mooring has struck out 3 times today, twice swinging and once looking.
So runners at the corners, Mooring at the plate. Broughton goes back to third. Third baseman not even on the bag. Again, 12-1 lead. I'm really surprised he's throwing over there.
Yeah, not real sure. Not real sure what the plan is there. We've got.
Looks like we're going to have possibly a pinch hitter. So Coach Cuthbertson, seeing that Mooring hasn't gotten the job done today, he's going to go with somebody new.
Going to get the senior at bat right here, Blake Gorman, I believe.
And Gorman puts on the helmet.
That's right, one of the 5 seniors on this ball club, along with Justin Hall, Troy Sellers, Logan Adams, and Randy Gorman.
Blake Gorman, the lefty, now steps into the batter's box. I wonder if you might see Harris try to steal here. I would tend to doubt it, but here's the pitch. That's low for a ball, 1-0. So 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. This game's been away from the Lumberjacks for at least 2 innings now, probably. Here's the pitch from Heffley. Hit into left field, and it gets down. Another run's going to come across. Calix Harris is going to go to third. He's going to hold up there.
And nice heads-up base running by Blake Gorman. And you could see Gorman work his way back into the lineup if he can continue to do that. You know, A.J. Moore struggled at the plate today. Gorman comes in as a pinch hitter, drives in a run with a single.
He just goes the other way with it, as he is the left-handed hitter there, and takes it into left field. Now Justin Hall, with runners at second and third, is at the plate with 2 down in the bottom of the 7th.
Well, nice piece of hitting right there by Blake Gorman.
That pitch low for a ball, 1-0. And Calix Harris on third base. Blake Gorman on second. Heffley on the mound for Rison. Ball hammered down the first baseline foul. 1-1 the count with 2 down in the bottom of the inning. On deck is number 22, Aaron Church. Hall steps back into the box. Heffley from the stretch. He comes set with a 1-1 count. Here's the delivery. Hall pops it into center field, hit right at Jacobs, and he's got it for the 3rd out, and that's the ball game as the Jacks fall to Rison 12-2. We're going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back with the SaleneRiverTV.com post-game report brought to you by the 56th Annual Bradley County Pink Tomato Festival.
Any good stadium groundskeeper will tell you that the quality and cleanliness of a sports field is essential to a great game. Athletes must be able to compete on pristine ground. The same goes for in the home. If you were to comfortably enjoy your home, it must be cared for in a professional quality manner. Call Beavers Carpet Cleaning today for a free estimate. Dial 870-820-8762. Beavers Carpet Cleaning, owner Beaver Ray Smith. Arkansas Superior Federal Credit Union's got it all. In addition to providing great service with a personal touch, Arkansas Superior is member-owned, so profits go back to you, not stockholders. Arkansas Superior offers everything from savings and free checking to auto loans, home loans, and even credit cards. Call 800-643-2160 and see why people are switching to credit unions like Arkansas Superior. Learn more at asfcu.coop and like us on Facebook. Federally insured by NCUA. Jennings Carpet Specialties is a proud sponsor of Lumberjack Live. For professional installation of hardwood, carpet, vinyl, laminate, ceramic, blinds, and commercial flooring, contact Jennings Carpet Specialties at 870-226-3890 or stop by their shop at 212 South Myrtle Street in Warren. Jennings Carpet Specialties, quality you can stand on. Reynolds Surveying has 18 years experience in the business and is well qualified to conduct residential, commercial, topographical, large acreage, and land surveying. Give them a call at 870-226-8694 or 501-778-7556. Again, call Reynolds Surveying at 870-226-8694 or 501-778-7556. Get ready for the 56th Annual Bradley County Pink Tomato Festival. This year's festival features headliner Marty Stewart. The festivities will kick off May 31st and last through June 9th. Go ahead and start making your plans today to attend Arkansas's Festival to Remember. Bring the entire family and enjoy the 56th Annual Bradley County Pink Tomato Festival.
Welcome back to Lumberjack Live on SaleneRiverTV.com. I'm Rob Reap alongside Chris Norton. The final here from Warren, Arkansas. Rison beats the Lumberjacks by the score of 12-2. Chris, do you have some stats for us?
We do. The Lumberjacks pounded out 6 hits today. Logan Adams was 1 for 4. Blake Gorman 1 for 1, drove in a run late as a pinch hitter. Justin Hall 1 for 4. Troy Sellers 1 for 3. Randy Gorman 1 for 1. Calix Harris 1 for 3. Justin Hall scored a run. Trent Broughton scored a run for the 2 runs that the Lumberjacks have scored. Nick Heffley, rising starting pitcher, struck out 10 Lumberjacks, only allowed 6 hits. On the mound today, Justin Hall with 5 2/3, allowed 7 hits, 9 runs, 7 earned, struck out 1, walked 4, hit 1. A.J. Moore come on in relief, pitched an inning in the 3rd, allowed 4 hits, 3 earned runs, a strikeout, a walk, and a hit batter. The Lumberjacks, Rob, through 3 games this week have been outscored 47-3. So a tough week of baseball right now for the Warren Lumberjacks.
And that score line for this week so far, pretty troubling one if you're Coach Robert Cuthbertson. You don't like to see your team being outscored 47-3 in 3 games, especially in a game of baseball. You don't like to give up 47 runs in 3 games.
Exactly.
That's bad.
3 home games this week, so disappointed with how they played. They're going to try to bounce back tomorrow.
Now the good news, tomorrow they travel to Lake Village. We carried the first Lake Village game live here. They handled Lake Village pretty easily. Hopefully they can go down there and do the same thing that they did the first game against the Lake Village Beavers. But tonight, another tough night for the Lumberjacks as they fall to Rison 12-2. Once again, for the Saline River TV postgame report, this is brought to you by the 56th Annual Bradley County Pink Tomato Festival, happening this year, the 2nd weekend in June, as always. You can enjoy that, hopefully. And we would love to have you in Bradley County and in the Warren area for that this year. The Lumberjacks will be back in action again tomorrow at Lake Village. We will not have that game live on SalinRiverTV.com. Our next live streamcast is next week. I'll have to look at our schedule. We've got at least a soccer game and softball game next week. So check that out on SalinRiverChronicle.com. Click on the sports page, and then there will be a tab at the top right that says Lumberjack Live Schedule. You can click on that to get when our live games will be covered. For everybody here, Chris, once again, thank you for joining us. Appreciate it very much. For Saline River TV, all of the crew here, I'm Rob Reed. Have a great day, everybody. Again, final here, Rison 12, Warren 2. We'll see you next time on SalineRiverTV.com, Lumberjack Live.